we thought, and back then I think comedies were probably a little bit more, there was more potential that it could travel. But the comedy in Eastern Europe versus North America is not the same, let's face it. In different parts of the world, comedy is seen differently. It's felt, it's different emotions, and we didn't really think about that. And I'm not so sure I think it did come up in a few conversations, but we just kind of brushed it off and said, no, this is what we want to do. And I think that was a bit of I don't regret making the film, but I think that business wise, if you're going to get your first film off the ground, it will serve you better if you're picking a concept that is a little bit more universally and can travel better from a market standpoint. So
Such
comedies,
as what? You felt like you picked the wrong genre as far as.
argument has been made, and I would argue that yes, I don't regret making the movie.
So which genres travel the best, do you think?
I would argue thrillers universally do really well. Again, I have to preface
Thrillers or
that.
horror movies?
Horror
Because
films.
scary movies. I mean, I watch foreign movies that are scary, and scary travels. Scary does
I would agree.
translate.
I
Yeah.
would not disagree with you. I'm not a sales agent and I'm not a distributor.
Mhm.
So I'm qualified enough insofar as I'm a film producer. So I should preface it with that, is that speak to a sales agent, speak to a distributor that knows the market and knows what's actually selling. But I would
Mhm.
say that thrillers and horrors do sell. And you got to ask yourself, what kind of movies do you want to make? Like, what is true to you? I mean, just because you like it doesn't mean it's going to make money. So there's a balance there, is that there's a lot of people that make, when you're picking your first film, if that's what you want to do, you have to be true to yourself. I think if you want to do a good job, you got to make something you're really passionate about, you really want to make, but you also got to keep the business side, at least you have to consider it, because if you don't, you could be watching the movie in your basement with your family members for the rest of your life and no one else will ever see it. So it has to have some
That
marketability.
can happen. Films have ended up that
Oh,
way.
it does. I'm sure it
Independent
does
films.
happen.
Yeah.
I've got a couple movies of my own that nobody's ever seen
Hey.
and they'll probably never see.